And everything add together probably roughly around like 70,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Niners beat the Rams on it earlier.
I don't know. I can see. I kept looking over at it because, like, from back here, it looks so real.
Can you fly that thing?
Not yet.
Yeah, that's artificial grass right there.
Standard right now. Let's just.
Thank you for the invite, Sony. I had a great time checking out the Sony tech at the Sony headquarters.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, actually, Will, you do this. This is your world. So Will's in. Here, tell him what you do. I don't want to mess it up.
There you go.
He sells all the high-end shit.
Yeah, so basically I'm dealing with the professional side.
Okay.
So
That works.
yeah, so if you want to check it out, everything is on now. And this is all manual, so what you have to do is actually with the items and all that stuff. So this is camera that they film in with Top Gun and all that stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy, you know, and all that stuff. So all these creator intense director are using this particular cameras.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
What's the price of this thing? Like,
Is Columbia, the Sony Pictures, using it too?
everybody in
Everybody.
the industry.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So Sony Picture, Warner Brothers,
Nice.
yeah, Universal, everybody.
Wow.
So they do have a second version now. It's called the Venice 2. So that one is going to give you even more crazy images, and also give you that one actually is filming for the Top Gun.
Oh, nice.
And even though some of the sport, I'm not sure, you know about this, but like NFL, NBA,
They're using it too?
Some of them are using it too. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Like the Warriors.
They need. Oh, yeah. They need the quick, the fast pace.
Yeah,
capture.
and sometimes they want that cinematic, look,
Oh.
right? It's like an IMAX theater look, right? So like those type of thing that you turn this. Yeah.
Nice.
And everything add together probably roughly around like 70,000.
Wow.
The FX3.
Yeah, it's like the consumer type, or
Right.
Is it?
So
yeah.
so totally different game, but we are the first time one of the creators make the movie called the Creator. You heard that movie
Oh,
before?
I heard. Is that the AI?
Exactly.
I want to see that.
So it's called The Creator.
Yeah.
So that movie cost like $80 million, but the whole entire movie is filming on
the
the
FX?
FX3.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna definitely check that out.
Check that out.
Yeah.
It's with-
Creator?
Yeah.
The creator, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So,
The AI movie.
A little over 2K?
yes.
I mean, the FX3 is basically like mini FX3.
Yeah. It's not what you have, right? It's what you know. So it's same thing like you, right? You know a lot of the camera stuff. You can use any camera you want, and you can still get the great, same thing like him using your phone, right? So,
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Especially with like Sony phones too, like you have like an Xperia Pro I even.
Right.
When it
Oh,
sits
yeah.
there, you can definitely do a lot of it.
exactly. So there's a lot of different things. Yeah.
Nice, man.
You didn't get one? No, I didn't get one.
You got the 5.
So much cooler than I am. I don't get that. You got.
Hey, I still got my XZ Premium.
Dude, I love my XC Premium. I had one. of
That's
those.
my favorite. That's my
Love
favorite.
that.
Yep.
So yeah, so a lot of NFLs are using our equipment now.
Nice. That's perfect.
Yeah, like the FX6, like the Alpha lineup, for the
Nice.
sideline. So a lot of different. Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's cool, man.
But this is kind of like
I'm glad they're using it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It took some hits too. Like on the top. A little bit chipped.
It been beat up.
It's durable.
Playing some Madden on there right now, so it's pretty awesome. Are you guys just doing a fake game on it right now? Is that what they set up? Yeah. Yeah, so it's literally just playing a season right now. I don't know if the Niners beat the Rams on it earlier.
I don't know. I can see. I kept looking over at it because, like, from back here, it looks so real. Yeah.
I thought you guys, from back there, I thought you guys put the recording on, and then I got That'll knock the fillings out of your teeth. I've heard of in a Best Buy fill it like the entire store up. So it's got wheels in the back. It's also got mic jacks, guitar jack in the back, and an optical in. So you can actually use this as a home theater system. So it is portable. So I can just unplug it.
It's massive to be portable.
Yes. So, and that's what I'm saying. Anything else that's in this size or performance, one, more expensive, and two, has to be hardware.
Yeah. I think that's just I swear to God. Like, really? Oh my God. Yeah, you just get like a wagon, you know what I mean? Like the sand wagon, so you can pull it out there.
In this case, up-firing speakers. And what these speakers do in a conventional environment is they'd actually reflect sound up off the ceiling and actually bring it down over the listener. And the speakers that are behind you do just the same thing. So what's great about this setup and the way it works is that the speakers are only going to do what they're told, right? So with a great amplifier, we can actually create that environment. And one of the things that we do really special with this amplifier here, this actually amp just came out. It's called the STR AN1000. It's a 165 watts by 7 amplifier. And what's great about this amplifier, outside of the normal things like HDMI inputs and all the normal kind of AVR stuff, does two things really, really well. One of them incorporates 360 spatial sound mapping. And what 360 spatial sound mapping does is it actually, not only does it help to calibrate the room, but it creates phantom speakers throughout the listening environment. So what you might have in this case is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 speakers. It might sound like there's far more speakers in the room, so you get much more of a spatial experience. Also, this receiver, and I'm not familiar with another one in the industry that does it, unless you guys know one, can actually run wireless subwoofers and wireless rear speakers. So these speakers that you see in the back here are completely wireless. I mean, they're plugged into the wall, but they're not physically connected to the receiver.
I'm going to interrupt you for a quick second. They are plugged into the wall right now.
But they're battery
These
operated.
are battery operated, so these have a 10-hour battery in them.
So you don't have to have them plugged in. So a quick anecdote from me and how I use them in my family, because I have them.
That's a great example, yeah.
My wife hates to see them. So I just stick with my my A5000 soundbar, and then when it's movie night, those come out of the closet. I set them on the back. There's an optimize button on the back. You tap it, it calibrates your system.
And it actually indicates it on the screen, so as long as the HDMI is from here to there, it'll say left speaker connected, right speaker connected, so you'll actually know that they're connected.
And so I just pull them out. They're sitting there, no wires plugged into them, nothing. I watch my movie's over. They go back in the box, go back in the closet, and they're good to go. I don't have to touch a menu system to calibrate this system. On the top of that speaker, it says optimize. You hit it, it just goes through all the boop, boop, beep, beep noises, and you're done.
Yeah, and that's what's great about this receiver is not only can you do wireless rear speakers, which a lot of people don't mind wiring the front, but you think about an apartment or an environment where you have second story, you're trying to run wires, it's a nightmare, we're trying to eliminate that. There is another subwoofer, it's just right here, but we have 2 subs in the room, these are also wireless. So this receiver not only does really great, has great sound quality, of course all Sony receivers do, but it has room calibration from some of our elevated standard products. So the room calibration that comes with this receiver is, it kind of uses a punching up language from before, it goes all the way up into our integrated models that cost thousands of dollars. This receiver retails for $900. So all of that hard, performance is built into this receiver. So the demonstration I'm going to do for you is The Matrix. Probably seen this movie. It's kind of a big deal last time I checked. And this particular scene here, there is a lot going on, and what I want you to listen for is not necessarily what you would traditionally hear in this scene, but I want you to be able to hear the things that maybe that have always been there that you just didn't hear. And we'll play with a little bit of volume. Hopefully we don't trip the breaker like we did earlier today. And we'll play this scene here. We'll have fun with it.
You move like they do. I've never seen anyone move that fast.
Wasn't fast enough. Can you fly that thing?
Not yet.
Operator.
Tank, I need a pilot program for a B-212 helicopter. Hurry. Let's go.
I'm here, baby. I'm here. Come, give me your hand. What is it?
My leg hurts.
How bad?
Pretty bad.
We're gonna need to run. God. Keep us safe. Come on, baby. Now hold on tight.
Okay. Honey, I'm scared.
Oh, watch out! Keep your eyes closed, honey. Keep running! Keep looking at me, baby. Don't look, Sarah. We're gonna get out of this. I promise.
The OLED work. Right? So like this is white OLED and then it has red, green, and blue filters, which loses a lot of light inside, right? Internally, because it's reflecting off those layers. MLA with G3 captures that light and pushes it back out, but it's essentially a C3 panel, just that extra upgrade. And then that helps for the extra brightness that OLED loses, as you can see. But then you go to QD OLED. QD OLED is blue OLED, but then interacts with green and red quantum dots. And since they all now have their own light source, it can be inherently brighter. Cool. But with doing that, really comes kind of processing. So if you look at the difference here, you see like the yellow tones that we see in this.
Yeah, it's way more.
And then you can also catch that in like C3 and G3 as well. We've made different decisions with our different modes. So in standard mode, if we had the BVM HX310 here or the 300, those are like the matching monitors that studios use in order to color the film, right? So we were trying to get one here, it just didn't get here in time. But this would make this scene kind of hit a little bit harder.
Right.
So what we do is sit it there and like in standard mode, this thing is like almost gone.
Actually, I saw one over, I don't know if you know the LTX, the thing that we did, or Lions did like a few months ago, but they had one of those monitors there. And that looks basically, yeah, the same.
Yeah, awesome. Hell yeah.
So that, I can tell the 95L's a little brighter, kind of, in some way. It might just be the G3, but like that, the contrast different.
Right. Well, a lot of what we found with this TV is like, since it has MLA and it's pushing out all this extra light, it almost seems like they weren't able to quite deal with it in a way that's tracked well with like what the BVM can do. So we can see like shadow tones that we see like extra detailing shadows that you couldn't really see. I can jump to another clip here.
Yeah, are these all like the default location?
These are all standard right out of the box.
Okay.
So you'll see like Samsung this year is a bit brighter. Standard and vivid mode for them. Well, not with QD OLED, but like all of their other TVs. Just a color temperature difference.
Right.
QD OLED will get brighter. Let me show you real quick.
new menu.
I do like the way that Sony's menus are just like infinitely better than all the rest of them. They're just so much more fluid.
Seriously, it's one quick thing.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, to kind of touch on that is the whole thing. I'm going to say creator's intent a million times while you're here.
Right.
And it's really that. Like, we want you to change the picture settings while watching different content.
Right.
So coming here, we can run through this really quick because this has some pretty cool features. But new for this year, we have like content type, so we can just go to a game mode real quick or like a PC mode, and then you have different picture modes corresponding with that kind of content. So FPS gaming, RTS gaming,
Right.
and then in here, vivid. So like daytime, standard would be like good at everything. Not the best at everything, but like
Right.
out of the box, super solid. Nighttime. Cinema, this is a bright room version of our professional mode, which you can kind of see right there. Both of these are done by Sony Pictures. So professional mode is like the most accurate mode out of any TV ever, especially out of all of our TVs. Professional mode is called custom in all of the rest of the Sony line. We decided to change it to professional mode because a lot of people just go in and change the settings where it's like, no doubt. Because in years before, we always had a custom mode, but it was like, hey, custom, go in and make it your own, right? Which you still can, by all means, but yeah. Call mode, just subdued colors just to knock down blue light. So this is really good for, people that are getting ready to go to bed, children especially. Things like
That's
that.
what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, night shift on the iPhone or something, or
Basically,
yeah. Photo, of course, and then IMAX enhanced. So IMAX took our line of XR TVs and they created their own color profile, and that is modeling the BVM HX310 or the X300, which is our mastering monitors.
Right.
So this is kind of their version of
Spin
that.
on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Can you remember the menu real quick? Just once you switch the mode, of course. But yeah, it's a really good demo though.
Yeah.
It's what you see is what you get.
Yes.
That's always my philosophy of Sony.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
'Cause
100%.
these are unnatural, definitely.
It's like a whole other. I don't even know what we're watching here.
Yeah, and the noise too is
Yeah.
really,
So if you guys notice this up here, right? So there's inherent noise that you get with kind of over brightening or over processing. If you're familiar with XR Clear Image, that is a process within the TV. It's kind of like a noise filtration on steroids. So it's really going in and identifying proper noise and getting rid of that rather than amplifying it, as you can see some of the competitors are doing. So a lot of times when you get some noise in the picture, the sharpening algorithm will grab it and just amplify it. So, but we need to preserve film grain that's supposed to be there, and yeah, have a cleaner presentation.
In the shop front, we talk a lot about our XR processing and the ability for artists to see objects and process what they want and de-emphasize things are not supposed to be overly processed.
All right. So we just put everything back in standard mode because most of the time people are going to be watching it that way, and we're in a dark room, so it kind of doesn't feel so great. But yeah, this is Samsung content. Just want you to notice, kind of like, what is going on here? So kind of back to what I was saying before, creator's intent. This isn't our content, but in the next scene here, I'm sure you guys have been outside before. That's how you got here. I don't have to tell you what grass looks like, you just know what it looks like. And so we'll get to a point here where we have a train coming through a forest, and then it's gonna stop on this lawn, and we'll be able to point some things out here. I think you can already tell. So nice bright presentation, but kind of lose.
Yeah, that's artificial grass
These are all
right
in
there.
standard right now. Let's just double check.
standard, not for the, and you still get the neon.
So, just in this area here, nice green grass, the way we'd expect it to see outside, right? Nice detail in the blades of grass. So what do you guys see over there?
Stuff on the bottom of the Easter egg basket.
Right. It's neon. Right. It's a big deal. This side, maybe check out this area. It's a bit soft. So what we've noticed with LG in particular, as we go through some of these other demos, is in standard or anything not vivid. When you go to vivid, they're adding more sharpening, but anything lower than that kind of just really softens up the picture. And then check out like this part of the tree. See, like,
It's Christmas time.
It kind of looks like it was artificially put there. I mean, obviously the zipper is not real.
Yeah, you drag the tree.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna put a tree right here.
Unless they did this all
If I was golfing,
CGI.
that tree wouldn't scare me on the golf course. These would be like, oh wait a minute, I can't get through there.
Yeah. Wow, I just looked at this. This grass is wild though.
Yeah. Right. This is their own content.
Yeah.
In standard mode.
And that's the Samsung TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's funny when you walk into a retail and see that.
From the distance, so the grass over there. But right here. So take a look at the rock face. So quite soft here, and then look right here. We gain a lot of that sharpness back, right?
Yeah, and then blown out on these things.
Yeah, exactly. Samsung kind of blows that out there. We lose a lot of the darker tones in the rock that kind of add 3 dimensions. So are you guys familiar with how the XR processor works? I don't know if you heard of it. So we have a processor that's called Cognitive Processor XR, or it's a cognitive intelligence AI that's in the system, or in the TV here. So I know that sounds like a lot, and it's like, whatever, what the hell is that? Well, cognitive intelligence is a next level AI that mimics human behavior. So if we break down the screen here, all right, so we've got the mountain face in the background, that's going to be the subject. We have a foreground object here. We have trees, we have, there's people, you can't really see them, but we have water. So like the way that I'm breaking that down is the way that the processor is looking at the screen. So it can look at hundreds of thousands of points on the screen at one time and make decisions on how the picture's supposed to look. So since it knows what the subject of the photo is, it's going to pull a lot of unnecessary processing from here, for instance, from this tree that doesn't need to be super bright like that, and put it towards back here. So by doing that, we can create a more 3-dimensional image. So you guys are both filming right now. If you put your hand in front of your face and you look at the center of your hand, you see nothing behind you. It's all blurred out. Bokeh, right? Well, that's the point of a lot of what we're going for in this picture. We want the foreground elements to fall away to create depth within the image. But if we're just doing crazy green everywhere, this is quite distracting, right? If we're supposed to be looking over here, my eye at least, I keep looking over at that thing because my eye's picking up that brighter looking foreground element.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it moves your attention towards the waterfall more.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to be looking at,
Right.
The tree that's in the way.
Literally, if I had this in Lightroom, I'd put like a gradient filter over there,
Right.
bring that color down, and then maybe sharpen that up a little bit and kind of bring down like highlights just to pull out a little bit more shadow detail. Or
I mean, the G3 isn't bad, but
yeah.
Well, so
you definitely see
so
the
if you look at so the G3 doesn't do too bad, but if you look at the surrounding areas and the loss of focus,
Right.
like that's the problem. So
Yeah.
they can identify like the main object a lot of times, but it's the surrounding objects that can't do the foreground and background.
Absolutely.
So.
All right, let's jump to the next one. Again, on the Samsung side, they're pushing brightness this year. That is their choice. That's what they would be doing. And so you can see the color tone of the grass just washing out. Check out like we have a out of focus here. There's a nice focus, nice detail on the grass. Again, kind of we're losing the sharpness. This is it's pretty soft. And then of course like it's getting better. It has a bit better color tone over the Samsung, but I guess we can also look at the A80 and C3 back here as well. At the sky, take a look at the different green elements and what we're looking at here. You can see that Samsung likes to lean into that one color green.
bottom left cloud disappears in the other two.
Yeah, see the cloud right here. So then check out, this area of the television. So nice detail that we can see from back here, like the sticks here, detail on the rocks. And then when you come back over here, you kind of just lose all that detail. It seems pretty soft. Any other call outs? Like the different colors of water over here.
The consistent blue here versus actually the bluish to green, because you got greenery underneath the water. So you have to see that difference.
Exactly. So this next scene,
a lot more artificial.
yeah. This next scene we'll see a little bit of some white water from some crossing waves. And this will just really kind of, again, illustrate what the XR processor can do. So again, bottom right corner, super green element that now becomes part of the subject, because why not? Let's just have the whole screen be a subject. Again, clouds, different color blue altogether over there. You can see that LG tries to track more towards being true to what they're doing here, but just having that next level processor like XR is able to resolve so much more clarity, just because we can more accurately use the OLED panel, which will then give us better color. So,
All the white and the waves there.
right here, yeah, all this here, it almost looks like you see it.
I mean, the white goes away on the LG too.
Yeah, and the white and the crashing LG wave is just pushed up too high.
Yeah. One thing I just noticed right now is, like, you can see some of the spray right here.
Yeah.
Where it kind of just blends in, is almost gone here. You can actually kind of see it on camera.
A bit, but you lose your clouds virtually, especially far clouds.
Well, they have
and then
picked
it's
it
all
for
just
you.
the same blue.
Yeah.
So then you're like, all right, blue light filter, I hate it.
And then kind of the same story over here, right? So again, kind of looks similar. From my view, I don't know if you guys can see it, but these kind of almost have a pink hue to it. I don't know if you can see that. So we're gonna get to a point where we have Doctor Strange here, and hit pause. Not there. I know, right? I can't blame it on Kaleidoscape, because that was me. All right. So, what can we see here? All this added noise here. So when they overbrighten the picture here, so thinking about
And congratulations, you reached the end of my video. I know it was a long one, but I just wanted to give you guys a full first-hand experience of what I witnessed that night at the Sony headquarters in San Jose. I just wanted to give you guys my general thoughts of the event. And for me, it was a combination of entertainment and excitement. I just felt like a kid in a candy store, honestly. Especially being a Sony fan, seeing all these Sony products in my face. I just was blown away, especially with that Venice camera that was worth $70,000. And I couldn't believe it. I was seeing it for the first time in real life. And just to think that all the Sony movies, all the movie studios, Warner Brothers, you name it, Universal, they all used that particular Sony camera, and I'm just glad that they're using it. And lastly, I was blown away during the Atmos demo. I really believe that Sony should be present in most, if not all, households all over the world, because people are definitely missing out on amazing audio quality. And even the bass has clarity. And I felt really immersed in the Last of Us gameplay on the PS5. And of course, that Matrix scene had me on the edge of my seat. It was really an experience. And I know my XZ Premium didn't capture that whole experience, but man, just believe me, it was out there. It was really good. And thank you, Sony, once again. I had a great time. And thank you to all the Sony fans in the world that are watching my videos. I hope to bring you more content like this. One day I want to see the PlayStation headquarters in San Mateo. Man, that would be great. So one day, let's make that happen. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and stay Sony.